Trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Trackies, I have some what is not so good news right now to deliver, unfortunately. But guess what? This is sport, this is track and field, and this is just the nature of the game. And we're just wishing, all the athletes the best of health. For the ones that, pulled up with some kind of injury, we're hoping that they'll be able to overcome that sometime soon, hopefully, or as soon as possible, and be able to get their season back on track. Now, with that said, clearly I'm alluding to something not going so well for one of our Jamaican athletes, and the athlete in question, unfortunately, is Kishane Thompson. No, he was scheduled to, or he did line up at the French foray in Jamaica over the 100 meters. Unfortunately, Trackies, he pulled up in the race. Now, I'm going to let you take a look at what happened to Kishane. And of course, I'm just going to tell you exactly my thoughts based on what I saw. Now, personally, in my opinion, him pulling up, it didn't look as bad as some of the other pull-ups with injuries as I've seen over the years. So hopefully him stopping so soon in the race may have prevented it getting any worse, or it being any worse than it could have possibly been. And hopefully this doesn't mean his season comes to an end, because as you know, the trials is literally 5 weeks away. So he has to be, on track, ready to run really fast come the end of June, right? So I'm hoping that everything goes well for him and he's able to recover and turn up. What I will say though is that based on that start, it looked like he was about to drop a bomb. Yes, he was about to blast off at the French foray and leave everybody stunned. Yeah, man, he was about to drop a bomb. He was about to do something phenomenal in that particular race. That start alone, track his as like, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Amazing, 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 amazing. Again, all I'm saying is that I'm just praying that it's not as bad as it could potentially be, meaning that, it pretty much takes him out for the all important Jamaican trials, right? So I'm just wishing Kishane Thompson speedy recovery, whatever it is. I'm just praying that he's able to recover in time to partake at the Jamaican championships. But if not, Trackies, this is just a part of the game. And of course, we wish him well for the future seasons to come. He's definitely one of those athletes that we have to keep abreast of and look forward to once they're fully healthy to represent Jamaica at the highest level, and of course bring Jamaica, as I said, back to the pinnacle of sprinting. He's that talented, and I believe he'll be able to do that once he is fully fit. So again, Kishane, speedy recovery from T at TXT Track Time. All right, now moving on, track is unfortunately it seems as though the live results updates happening for this particular meet didn't happen or hasn't happened yet. So as soon as it happens and I'm able to see the other results for the other athletes at this particular meeting, then sure, I'll give you all an update on that. But for now, I'm just going to jump over and I'm just going to wrap up the LA Grand Prix as well as the Adidas City Games. So let's start with the LA Grand Prix. And boy, I tell you, I don't know what kind of beast this is. I don't know what kind of monster this is, but I'm wondering if we should be grateful at this particular point. And I'm going to tell you why. So Sydney McLaughlin Leveroni comes out in that 200 meters, that highly anticipated 200 meters that everybody was looking forward to. And it was expected to be a showdown between the likes of Gabby, Abby, of course, Sydney, Rashida Adeleke was there. This was going to be a thriller. But Track is coming out of this race. Me not tell you no lie. She yam everybody food. And by she, me mean Sydney. Sydney yam them up. She destroyed them. Off that bend, she ran a curve that I didn't think Sydney could run. Trackies, it was absolutely phenomenal. She dusted everybody off the curve and just walked away to the win, running at 22.07 seconds for a personal best to walk away with that win. And all I could left be sitting here saying, all gobsmacked and all, was dang. Should we be grateful that Sydney doesn't run the sprints, doesn't do the short sprints? Because part of me feels like if she tried and trained for the sprints the same amount of years that everybody has been in the sprints for, what would this monster be able to do? At this particular point, I'm actually scared. I think I'm scared of Sydney. No, Chuckies. I swear, believe you me, I'm scared of this athlete called Sydney McLaughlin Leveroni. Anyway, she runs a fantastic race, as I said, a PB, a personal best 22.07 seconds. It's funny, when she came out in that hurdles race, her first race of the season, I said, based on the conditions, she could have potentially run faster than her personal best, which was at 12.65 seconds, right? She didn't go that fast. She ran 12.7, right? But still, based on everything that was happening, I said, looks like Sydney's on the verge, of potentially going better than she's ever gone in the 400-meter hurdles this particular season. And to come out and run so fast over the 200 meters, running a personal best, dusting everyone, I'm like, oh my God. The closest finisher, Abby Steiner, ran at 22.32 seconds, and Brittany Brown was third, 22.35. Now, Rashida was, down there in fourth, 22.45, and then Gabby was all the way down in sixth, running at 22.68 seconds. Now, Gabby said something along the lines of, always running bad when she's in a training block. So, there's better to come. She's on target based on where she plans to end up this season. I mean, let's see, trackers. Let's see once she gets to the US trials, what Gabby has to offer. But I'm not going to lie. Sydney Magog and Leveroni walked everybody here, and I'm kind of happy that she doesn't take part in the sprints, to be fair, right? No, clearly she runs the 400-meter hurdles. And yes, that's an event that we have Jamaican, participants in. But listen, we already are mentally prepared that she's the world record holder. She's already run 400-meter flat times over the 400-meter hurdles. So we don't already set we mind, say, all right, Sydney is a beast. She out there by herself. Make we just run and cycle for what we can cycle for. So if we can get a bronze, we'll take the bronze over the 400-meter hurdles and just go sit on one place. We and she now have no conversation. We and Sydney Mount now meet no time. Now, with that said, Trackies, all I have to say though that this was a fantastic run from Sydney as well. So I'm looking forward for sure what's going to happen over that 400-meter hurdles. Remember, she came out and said that she is indeed going to be running the 400-meter hurdles this season, right? So no other event but the 400-meter hurdles. That's what she's going to be contesting at the US Championship. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And of course, once we get to Paris, what will happen with Sydney there? Will she go faster than she's ever gone before? Will Femke Ball be able to challenge her any? I'm not gonna lie, Femke Ball was ruling indoors and she left us stunned and left us wondering if Sydney was gonna be ripped off her throne. But since outdoors, Sydney has come back and said, nah, 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 nah. I'm the HBIC. Right? So with that said, track is Sydney McLaughlin Leveroni, a fantastic 200-meter personal best. And yeah, let's jump on over to some more results. Just want to touch on the women's 400-meter hurdles where we had Anjanette Knight here. Now, I was looking for a season's best. She ran 55 plus in Kingston, and she came here and she ran a 54.69 here to run a season's best trackies. So again, I did talk about Anjanette Knight, times coming down the more she runs. That was her first run last weekend. She comes again, runs another fantastic season's best. As she runs trackies, these times will definitely come down incrementally and of course get closer to her target. And her target is clearly going to be the national championships. And then from there, hopefully Paris. Now she runs that 54.69 seconds for second place. Anna Cockrell takes the win. She runs a 53.75 seconds. And Cassandra Tate in third runs a 55.02 seconds. All these top three times were season's best for the athletes that partook in the event. Now I'm just going to round up some field event action. We had Rajendra Campbell in the shot put. He finished sixth. He threw 21.07 meters. And we also had Shanika Ricketts in the triple jump. She finished second. She jumped 14.36 meters. Now on day one track is which was Friday, we did have Roger Stoner take part in the men's discus final, which he won, and he threw 66.93 meters. Now, you all remember me talking about Roger. If you're part of the live streams, and you'll know, I was concerned about losing him to American football, but it seems as though he's still interested until, other things happen for him. He's still partaking in the shot puts. I'm happy seeing him here. He walks away with a win here, throwing 66.93 meters. All right, so Jackies, we're going to hop on over from the LA Grand Prix and we're going to go over to the Adidas Atlanta City Games. Let's pick things up with the women's 100-meter hurdles. Now, this was a sore point for me, unfortunately, because I did watch Akira Nugent go down at this particular meet, and I don't particularly like this track. I've been talking about it since the inception of these games where they're building this track. I never liked it, and I will still never like it, regardless of anything y'all say. I don't like this for athletes because it just does not seem safe. Yes, there are some people that are able to still execute, but I think that those are the persons that are probably more used to running an it and now have set their expectations and kind of figured out how to execute on this track. But not everybody is going to be like that. And it's tough, especially seeing the hurdlers when you take to the air and then have to touch down on a surface that is not, in my opinion, level. As I said, Chucky, it's been a sore point for me from I watched Akira Nugent in that, 100-meter hurdles. And it pretty much continued because Demisha Roswell and Yannick Thompson seem to have struggled on this track as well. They finished fourth and fifth, respectively, running 12.98 seconds and 13.11 seconds in the women's 100-meter hurdles. Kendra Harrison took the win, though, running at 12.67, and Toby Amosan was second. She ran at 12.73 seconds. Now, moving on over to the men's 150 meters, where Noah Lyles walked away with a win, running an American record 14.41 seconds. He was a bit disappointed. He wanted the world record that Usain Bolt holds. He didn't get it. Actually, I loved his execution in this race. Got a really good start, and it seemed as though once he got to about 100, he grew wings and started to fly and literally just lifted up and, walked and left everybody, as far as I'm concerned, to run that 14.41 seconds. Now, Zardan Hughes was second. He ran a 14.66 seconds. Now, interestingly, we had Taekwondo Tracy in this race, and he ran a 15.90 seconds. I'm not sure if Taekwondo Tracy you remembered what race he was running, because it seemed as though when he got to 100, he thought that was it, and he was like kind of dipping, or maybe he was losing his balance. I'm not sure what was happening in the race, because again, I hate the track. It is what it is. But something happened to Taekwondo Tracy in that race, and as such, after 100 meters, his execution went down. He looked like he pretty much stopped running, as far as I'm concerned, and just jogged through the line. Hence, he finished in fifth place, 15.90 seconds. Now, Chuckies, another outstanding performance that I did notice at this particular meeting was in the women's long jump. I'm talking about Tara Davis Woodhall, jumping a world leading 7.17 meters. Wow! Absolutely crazy jump. The height that she's able to get on her jumps is just beyond me. Plus, as well, her energy. I just love watching her compete. She makes me excited watching the long jump. I just think athletes like herself that are truly genuine with who they are make you enjoy watching them, regardless of whatever their personality is. So I really enjoy that kind of quirky personality that she has. And it's kind of shocking to me as well when I think about the distances that she's able to jump, that she's only 5'3". She's literally shorter than me, and I'm short. You know what I mean? That was pretty much shocking, because most of the jumpers, if realize, they tend to be a bit on the taller side of things. But then I took into consideration that there are few, shorter athletes, especially on the European side, that used to kill the jumps, and their height didn't seem to matter because they seemed on the shorter side as well, and they were killing it. So I guess Tara Davis Woodwall is one of those type of athletes, trackies. But anyway, fantastic jumping from her. We had Shanice Porter here from a Jamaican perspective, and Tisana Hicklin. They finished fifth and sixth respectively, jumping 6.58 meters and 6.50 meters. Shanice Porter jumped a season's best for her attempt. All right, so trackies, that is it. That is the update as it relates to, me wrapping up the LA Grand Prix, the Atlanta City Games, and also trackies, just want to let you know that as soon as I get the results for the French foray that was held in Jamaica, then sure, I'll drop those results on y'all. Until then, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.